Hello, 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 hello. So, I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 12. He has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings. We work on that every couple days, and then I paint the rest. We use a hand-over-hand method to paint these, and that's what I do. So I am painting a bird. Bird is the word. Well, my version of a funny bird, I suppose. So, doing the belly here. We're gonna get some legs in a minute. I haven't done one of these in a little bit. So, I thought I had yellow, but I don't, because I remembered, I keep thinking I had the yellow background, and I dropped dots, and this is part of when Owen and I paint together. We paint several at the same time, and so I never, if you watched before, I hardly ever change brushes, and it's the same when I paint the backgrounds. So a lot of times I use multiple colors and kind of add the colors in as we go along, and so I liked kind of the wildness of this with them. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, my orange that I'm about to use is very thick, and so I might need a different color. Here, I've got there's more of a peachy orange. We're going to use that one, because that other orange was not agreeing. So we're going to make some long legs. And when I first started painting, for some reason, I decided that little pitchfork legs were what I was going to use, and there you go. So then he's got a long neck, and wonder where, I just realized sometimes I don't add eyes, and sometimes I do, and sometimes when I add eyes, oh, that was thicker than I wanted, but that's okay. Some of my paints are very thick right now. The weather plays a big part of the fun of paint. It tends to do all kinds of wild stuff. See, as this dries, I'll keep adding colors to it, because you'll see he's gonna get a little wild here. He's gonna get a little wild. So I'll just keep adding some shine through, some cover up. It'll all work out. That's what I say. Oh, that was going to be thick again, I could tell. See, this is part of the great thing about using one brush, is I go through and get this done. And then the not so ish great part of this is I use so many of the same colors, and they just keep hiding from each other. But, you know, like I said, it'll get there. We'll get there. All gets there. So we'll let that dry for a minute, then we'll go back, and I almost forgot that I need to add his beak. Not that we were even remotely close to it, but sometimes I get sidetracked easily, if you hadn't noticed. So Owen had a pretty good day. He was calm for most of the day. Yesterday we had a couple, well, the ride home from his grandma's house, he had some meltdowns, or a huge meltdown the whole way home, I guess I could say. So today was a much better day in the car when we went to church. And so that always makes me happy, when he's happy in the car and no meltdowns. He was mostly calm, but he's very ready for his next few days, and that starts off the week of therapy and school and all of those things. So he was definitely ready for all of it. So, and I am currently in chemotherapy for breast cancer, and so I have been making strides with that, and I've got 3 out of 6 done. Once those next 3 are done, then they'll reevaluate me and see if I have more chemo, surgery, chemo radiation, something like this. So we will see where we are at. And that's my story. I swallowed wrong. That's my story, and what I'm sticking to it was about what I was going to say, but it wasn't coming out. So, so now we're going to go up back here, and we're going to make the little beak. Beakity beak beak. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I have much black. I might have blue eyes or something. I didn't put any black on my thing, but I don't know if I have much more black there. So we'll see. Oh, I have just enough. Or I need to reorganize my paint. I had got some new paints, got some old paints, got to get rid of some paints, so forth and so on, and must clean them out. Now my eyes twitching, we're having all kinds of fun. I need sleep. Last night I slept better than I had been sleeping. I had chemo, now it's been about 10 days, give or take. All my days are blending together. And generally, the first week to week and a half, I have some rougher days. The first one was my roughest. The first complete treatment was the roughest, and then since then it's been, second one was second hardest, and this one's been the easiest of the 3. And so hopefully that trend continues, and they'll just, get where I understand, like, food was a big thing for me because I didn't want to eat the wrong foods, but not eating any food was causing the problem as well. And I couldn't keep anything down. But then they changed my meds a little bit, or just told me to take more of what I was doing. And once that went through, it was much better after it. So hopefully this next go round will even be better. But I am ready to get this. Oh, I didn't really want to go on his face, but sometimes I now have no hair because the chemo treatments, but before that it would always drive me crazy to have one hair in my face. So I can totally understand having a hair or 10 in your eyes. It's a weird concept not to have hair when my hair used to be down to my waist, and I started getting my hair cut as soon as I found out I was going to have chemo. I started getting my hair cut because I knew it would be hard for my son, and so that was one of the things that was really important for me, is to have him be able to handle it, because he would have huge meltdowns over me even touching my hair. For years, that was just like our everyday life, was me trying to figure out how to help him through meltdowns. And so I really wanted him to be able to work through it, knowing that I was going to lose my hair. And so I got numerous haircuts to kind of help him deal with it all. So that's where we're at. And I am in it to win it, and I just know that my doctor says she is going to cure me, and I have faith in the Lord, and whatever is to be is to be, and I am all in it. So that's my story. I think I've done too many little hairs here. wild child, but so there we go. Now I always sign O for Owen, and then L and B. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Toodles, toodles.